This RL streamer crashed his car into a store while live streaming it. He did this because he just wanted to see what would happen.
Do you think that parents should be posting pictures of their children online?
In short, no.
I'm not gonna lie, one of the biggest problems in 2025 is people oversharing on social media.
Okay, so today we're going to be taking a look at oversharing on the internet. I feel like everybody knows someone in their life that loves to do it, whether it's making uncomfortable TikToks in hopes of gaining some sort of attention, or just posting on Facebook every single second of the day. It only seems to be getting more common, but this has started to cause a lot of problems. Some share too much, getting in trouble in their real lives, getting fired from their jobs. Others record themselves committing crimes and putting it online, and then some just showing how out of touch with reality they really are with the world. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos, so if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just start off with people sharing their own crimes.
One beautiful Lambo, care of our tax dollars. Here's the story. The Louisiana woman has been arrested for Medicaid fraud, all while driving this beautiful Lamborghini. According to Attorney General Liz Burrell, Candace Taylor, age 35, seen behind me, of committing Medicaid recipient fraud. How? Because she underreported her income to qualify for Medicaid benefits, all while showcasing her beautiful luxury lifestyle online. She has been reported to deposit over $480,000, paid $45,000 for Audi finances, wired $100,000 to an exotic car dealership, spent $13,000 on a 2022 Lamborghini Yaris, made large withdrawals for property, plastic surgery, jewelry, and other luxury service. The Louisiana Department of Health filed a complaint triggering her arrest. She is not the first nor the last.
So I'm not saying she would have gotten away with it completely if she didn't post online, but that probably wasn't the smartest thing to do. Of course, it being public, anybody on the planet could see it, knowing your name, where you live as well. How did you not think eventually this would catch up to you? But in today's world where attention and clicks and views are so important, this is way more common than you think. We have a comment from one of you guys too. The best are those who film themselves committing crimes. We could take a look at a couple examples right here.
This RL streamer crashed his car into a store while live streaming it. He did this because he just wanted to see what would happen. How is this real? How the bar for IRL streaming has collapsed this low is a question I will continue to ask myself perpetually throughout my career. From crashing his mother's car into a store while drunk driving to eating poisonous mushrooms and tasting his own body waste on stream. Why is he doing this? Because again, he wanted to see what would happen. 192 miles an hour on public highways to, I guess, flex on his subscribers. So buckle up. Or well, maybe don't, because this guy clearly didn't. That's not just reckless, that's just straight up main character syndrome. In the description of each video, it says, "This video is not me and it's filmed in Mexico." Sure, bud. It's kind of like the guys who recklessly drive in New York. They put the disclaimer of, "This is all a graphic render."
We were just shooting up there. We do content, so we were about to go do some more content.
Right. Once you hear the breakdown, you'll understand that getting arrested actually has crossed his mind multiple times while filming this. So, how did this genius move lead to a pair of handcuffs? Well, let me break it down.
So not surprising, eventually you get caught. You could blur your face, not put your name out online, but somewhere, some way, you are going to slip up, or somebody's going to see something in public, especially when you're filming committing crimes, and it's all going to come back to bite you. Here we could take a look at another example of somebody trying to play the victim mentality, sharing too much online again, and now she got arrested for it.
This TikTok DoorDash driver just went from viral victim to felony defendant after she came online, saying that she was essayed on the job.
Police are doing nothing! I lost my job! That was my only way to make money to pay my bills!
And she went viral pretty fast as a DoorDash driver who claimed that she was essayed on the job.
I was a victim of SA by a DoorDash customer while I was doing my job as a DoorDash driver. The DoorDash customer requested that their order be left at their front door. Their front door was wide open, their lights were on, they were sleeping on the couch within eyesight of the front door with their pants and underwear pulled down to their ankles, and they were indecently exposed to me.
Well, as it turns out, other creators started putting out screenshots that showed that she had quietly deleted an earlier version of that video, one that showed her nudging the door open before panning to the sleeping guy on the couch. As of last week, she's been arrested, charged with 2 felonies, and could be facing years in prison.
I'm the victim.
Yeesh.
So most likely you know who this creator is. Atozy has an entire channel basically dedicated to all of these stories that are never ending. So many people want to be influencers, streamers, or just get some attention online. They take it way too far, filming every little second, committing crimes as well, and then they're surprised when there's consequences. But you probably knew this next clip was coming up. We have an entire dedicated series on the channel, specifically talking about people getting fired because of their TikToks. With how terrible of a job market and landscape that we're in right now, I think it's pretty important to have a steady stream of money coming in every couple weeks, but I guess some people don't think that way, as long as they get some likes.
So I'm the LPN who got fired for creating my content at work. Now I know I have a lot of comments on my videos, and apparently I'm the only nurse in the world that creates content, or the only medical professional that people see. It was destined to happen. Now one thing about me is that I'm lighthearted and I laugh a lot. I like to make other people laugh. Besides, the Bible says laughter doeth good as medicine, right? And I've had a lot of people comment on my videos, which is good because you guys know what traction brings. But I'm going to tell you two things that I'm not: dumb and delusional. I'm a very well-educated black woman with 2 degrees. I can go anywhere today, tomorrow, yesterday, any time of day and get a job if I wanted to. And when and if I'm ready to go back to work, you guys will know.
Okay, so we got a couple things to talk about. Yet another example of a nurse getting fired. This is probably the most common job that I see people losing because they end up recording at work. I don't get it because it's not like it's easy to become a nurse and it's a pretty decent salary, but they see 1 or 2 people get a good amount of views talking about their job, they do it as well, they end up breaking HIPAA violations and they get fired. But the second half is her talking about being able to get a job wherever she wants, and she'd tell you when she did it. So if we go over to her page, you could see she turned into yet another guru. Nurse to digital marketer to stay-at-home Wi-Fi rich. How I make money online. Over $660,000 in 14 months with digital marketing. Beginner-friendly 24 streams of income. $479 that I guess you could pay with Afterpay and Klarna. Oh man. How to make your first $4,000 in 30 days. You have to pay $147 for that. AI influencer pack, I guess you could buy from her as well. 6-figure mentorship is $500. Bridge to wealth is $397. This is just another guru selling you courses, and that's how they make money. This just all stems from her getting fired from her job because she was sharing too much on social media. I know I talk about this constantly throughout both of my channels, but there are just so many different accounts that do the same thing over and over again. The amount of these pages are only increasing as time goes on. Here we have a quick video we could take a look at, but just think of the mentality of the person behind the camera when this happens.
What is this? What did you do?
I love how you're immediately recording and not helping me.
He has a point. He sounds so exhausted. The camera went off real quick. So it looks like this guy was trying to build his own PC. He messed up something and cracked the tempered glass. However, he was still holding it over the sink just so it wouldn't shatter and go everywhere. And his partner's first thought was to take out their phone and record and go, "What did you do? Don't help him at all. This could be a funny moment that I could put up on Facebook or TikTok. I'll get some engagement out of this." This is the mentality of so many people today. It's not even just the influencers that try to make their entire lives content. It's normal everyday people, I guess, looking for the dopamine of maybe getting a viral clip. I really don't know anymore. We could just move on.
I'm not gonna lie, one of the biggest problems in 2025 is people oversharing on social media. There should be no reason why when I open this app, the first video I see is your parents' last moment alive.
Like, I'm literally hearing the death rattle
Of someone's parent sitting in the hospital, taking their last breaths. And you chose to post that on TikTok. I know if your parent was alive to see that or got a chance to see that after the fact, they would curse you out. Same thing with people taking their pets to the vet to put them down and then setting up the camera and ugly crying
on their dog's dead body. Like,
there's something wrong with y'all.
I'm glad that neither of those examples have popped up on my For You page, but I did see something in the same realm we'll go over in a second, but we have a comment from you guys first. People should really start investing in journals again. Normalize gatekeeping in all personal information. I agree with that, but on the same hand, if you watch one of my older videos talking about how TikTok ruined all hobbies, if you start looking up just journaling, a very simple hobby on TikTok, Instagram, really any social media platform, you go down a rabbit hole where you could be spending a massive amount of money money on these journals, the pens. Everything is designed to try to squeeze as much money out of you as humanly possible. But we could talk about what's up on screen right now. This is a video that was re-uploaded because surprisingly it was taken down by the original creator of a mom doing one of the TikTok dances while her child is having difficulty in the hospital. Little Lee was taken in because of low oxygen. He tested positive for RSV, and again, the same mentality with the custom PC setup. I'm gonna bring in my tripod, my phone, I'm gonna record myself in front of my kid doing a TikTok dance and upload it to the world. At least I'm not the only one who thinks that this is insane. There are a lot of other clips doing parodies, basically making fun of the original clip, just showing how ridiculous all of this has gotten. But we could transition to even more serious of a topic, to be honest. At least in my own opinion, we have a comment here. People who share photos and information on their children are insane. Why would you do something so dangerous?
Do you think that parents should be posting pictures of their children online?
In short, no.
Why?
So you said earlier, don't scare parents. Well, unfortunately, there are some bad actors online. They are people who have nefarious intentions, let's call it that. They can take those images and people will say, but it's only on my Facebook account. And I only share it to my family and friends. And I want to go back to the fact that most perpetrators are known to the family in that way. But if we post on technology, on social media, on platforms, then the potential is that image can be captured. So you might have heard of the term screen grab. It could be downloaded. And if it can be downloaded, it can now be put into another program that can manipulate it, and it can be made into child imagery.
Even if your account is private?
Yeah.
And you guys have probably seen all the fake AI videos, the photos throughout all of social media too. This could be used for way worse reasons than just AI slop. I find schools posting on Facebook a huge risk as well. Would you invite all your followers into your home mentality is so important. Honestly, in 2025, parents doing this are being so negligent. There's so much evidence on how our pictures could get manipulated, and I agree with that as well, but take a look at this comment. I will never understand this. You're not posting your physical baby, you're just posting a picture? Let the weirdos do whatever they want. They'll never actually physically affect your baby. I just don't get it. That is an insane take to me. Because if those same degenerates would take photos and manipulate them, you don't think that they could find out where you and your kid live? Where they go to school? Where they would be the most vulnerable? That is absolutely nuts to me. And this could be taken a step further, especially with the influencer moms now.
I truly cannot believe that this is a controversial take. But in 2025, do any of us seriously believe that moms that post their kids, especially their little girls, in swimsuits, that have hundreds of saves, do we really believe that they don't understand what's happening, that they don't understand who's saving those videos, that if they look at their followers, they don't see who's following them? Do we really believe they care about their child's safety when they're deleting and blocking people that are saying, hey, this is probably not a safe thing to post? It's evil and it's vile and it's wanting money and likes and attention over child safety.
That's how important the fame and the money is to some people. They would legitimately risk their child's safety. Lindsay Arnold posting Sage in those dancing lessons. I'm so concerned about this. Everlay, she's like 12 and they got her dancing in tiny clothes. Avery Woods, Lindsay Arnold again. There were thousands of comments calling out these types of people. This has become a much darker video than I initially intended. We could keep on the subject of the influencers just being completely out of touch, sharing too much of their lives now, and especially in this climate, maybe don't post about you getting lower views when most of the content is just circled around the luxury lifestyle anyway.
I have millions of followers and I'm getting no views. So we need to talk. I know that most of you can't relate to my content anymore because I'm showing off luxuries and all sorts of expensive things that most of you could only dream to have, while most of you are just fighting to afford basic necessities. But I have millions of followers and I'm getting like 10,000 views. And I think it's so sad. Why am I being punished with low views just because I didn't post for a week? What kind of just and fair society is that? Anyway, guys, please keep me in your prayers. Hopefully my views go up.
So if you don't know who he's making fun of, there's a clip going viral over the past few weeks of this influencer Jaclyn Hill that has over 1 million followers, and so much of her content is just showing her very wealthy lifestyle, all the designer stuff, the nice cars, everything people wish to have in their lives. And she made a very long video complaining that she wasn't getting enough views compared to her follower account. Surprise, surprise, in today's world, maybe normal people don't want to see every designer product come out and you doing reviews of it, shopping hauls, this and that. It gets to be pretty out of touch with 99% of the people watching your videos. But some of these influencers just don't understand that. They'll just go and record another video complaining about the low views, kind of guaranteeing their career fall off. But we could switch over to another subtopic that I'm starting to believe you should keep off of social media as well, and that's your relationships in general.
The internet will never see the my husband does for me, the flowers he buys for me, the anniversary gifts he gets me. None of it. Why? Because I'm not in a dysfunctional relationship or marriage. I don't have to prove.
I'm gonna try to go back and look through the comments of that video. Just go real quick, take a look, and come back. What I find fascinating is you'll see a bunch of single women in the comments telling this woman, who's married, mind you, that, oh, even if you keep your relationship private, it can still fail. But it's not failing. She's literally giving you the recipe.
I would venture to guess that talking about relationships and politics are some of the most toxic topics to put out online. I mean, look at this video that's up on screen right now. It's just a couple who made paintings, you know, that go together. It's nice and sweet and cute. And we could go and take a look at the over 4,000 comments of everybody being either angry or sad about this. Image after image, rat-a-tat, another meme giving them the finger. Well, isn't that just lovely? Squidward holding a gun. I got something real miraculous for you guys. And she said how cute. I mean, it was just image after image. You could see all of them. This is cute or whatever. Yeah, it's cute or whatever. The creator actually limited the comment section from this because that's how many people were salty.
Do y'all just like hate partners? Why is it every single time I like talk about things that I do for my boyfriend, I get people in my comments like, not you doing all this for a man. I love him. Oh my God.
Again, talking about relationships or politics on social media, you take a look at any of these comment sections, people just enjoy being miserable. So if you post anything positive about your life, everybody's just going to be angry at you. Along with the possibility of turning these relationships into content, into story times.
I think it's weird to go on a Tinder date and then immediately come on this app and give a full recap of it. I would feel mortified if I was the person that just went on a date with someone and I went on TikTok and up on my FYP comes a little video of the person I just went on a date with, reviewing exactly what they thought of me, their first impressions, because what's probably not happened is that they have not communicated that information, whether it be positive or negative, with the person they just went on the Tinder date with. Like, I think that's what kind of makes it weird. I'm like, if you're sharing this much information on TikTok, your communication skills in a relationship better be great. I don't know. I think also, I could imagine, not that I do this, but I could imagine that it kind of changes how you date. Because even though, you know, everyone is dating for companionship and for love, it now has this aspect of like, oh, but I can also mine for content.
And I'll take this a step further. This turns into just straight up lying about insane stories just for that same engagement again. Then you start seeing some of the viewers go, wow, this person got millions of views or millions of likes. I'm gonna start doing the same thing and oversharing my life, even though my inspiration in the first place was a completely fake story. This thought process then just spreads and spreads and snowballs into everybody just sharing every aspect of their lives. But we'll finish off this video with a comment from you guys with a clip that goes along with it. We grew up being told never to talk to strangers. Now folks are telling strangers everything on the internet like it's a therapy session, oversharing with people who don't care and just want the tea.
Every time you overshare, you hand someone a weapon they didn't have. I'm telling you this from experience. Oversharing is one of the worst habits you can fall into. You think you're just being open, but not everyone who listens wants the best for you. Some people collect your stories so they can twist them later. Now look, I'm not saying don't trust anyone. I'm saying not everyone needs to know everything about you. Keep some things between you and your Lord, between you and the people who've earned it and who you genuinely trust. And protect yourself by not oversharing. Because when you overshare to the wrong people, you hand them a weapon they didn't have.
The first comment I see though, oversharing is born out of trauma and abuse. You don't have to owe anyone an explanation. I don't know, a good amount of oversharing that we've seen today is born out of wanting attention online. The clicks, views, and money that comes along with it. So that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.